Today we are at Springfield Soundstage and we have the whole day here, so it's pretty nice. This is supposed to be a 2 day shoot, one day here, one day outside, but then the day following was gonna rain, so they rescheduled it and I couldn't attend, which didn't really matter. I'm actually not running sound today. I'm helping with everything, lighting and AC work. I brought my cart in today because I kind of knew it would be very helpful. Even though we don't need to lug around a lot of stuff, the garage doors are just right there. We can just bring stuff in and out really quickly. But I felt that I think it will be very helpful eventually, which we did. We're able to use the cart to just kind of station a lot of things and utilize it to build a camera and all that stuff. Right here is the DP's monitor, the OC Megamon. I think it's the 15-inch, and we're running Teradeks. Here's a different view on the other side here. This first part is probably the most difficult one. We had a lot of troubleshooting we had to make. I don't know what was going on with either my camera or the software we're using, but there was a lot that was happening.
Didn't use my God's little arms.
All right, Jack, let's go ahead and see. We have this little scale on there.
Yeah.
I first want to see.
Here, let's pull these out.
Yeah. Right about here. Just kind of carefully lay on your left side.
We need to take his shoes off.
No, he has to have shoes on. Here.
Trying to rip
Your
paper.
And we'll trim those tabs the best we can. And then that's your head.
Oh, cool.
Go ahead and do.
I was like, my neck is gonna
Yeah.
feel some kind of way.
Okay.
Go. Lost the camera again.
Okay, go ahead.
Right here is the view of the computer. This is what the frame's gonna look like. And that yellow line in front of the actor there, that's like the distance that we need to travel. And it's hard to see here, but there are little green ticks that shows the frames that we need to reach that certain amount of seconds within those frames. So this software, I guess, helped us out to kind of realize how far we need to be, what moves we need to do, and we can go back and forth looking at the pictures very easily. This was a very difficult job. I've done stop motion before, but I was in front of the camera, and it was like just, we move, and then the camera would take pictures every so often. But this one's very precise, and it was a lot of work. I was able to capture BTS on this first portion here because there wasn't a lot of things we needed to move around. Ramar there in the blue shirt, he was moving the water back and forth for each frame, but that was the only thing I needed to move for this specific scene here. The other scenes we had like I think 4 or 5 more that kind of required all of us to really get our hands into it because like it would take a long time for everything. Compared to video, it's like you do the video, you set up the lights, all that stuff, and then you record, and us like gaffers whatever, we sit in the back and kind of chill. But this one like we kind of had to work because it's just the crew of us, like 4 I think total, so we had to work as a team to really finish the day in good timing, especially since this beginning portion here was such a headache. My camera would like cut off. I don't know why. It'll say it's tethered properly, but then the screen says there's nothing there. There's just black. So we had to like climb up there and like turn the camera off and on, and that like really sucked. Eventually it like didn't do it, which was fine, but then the beginning one and I think a few in the other scenes, it just kept happening, and we did not want to move the frame because like if we changed the frame after we shot, then everything would be different. So it wasn't exactly the most ideal situation for us to do it that way. The lights we're using on the right over there, we have a 600D and a 600C, and one of the China balls, that's a 300X, and it's just running daylight because we're supposed to be outside. That's the scenario there. But yeah, it's a pretty simple setup, although it's just a lot of work there. There's my camera. We're using the R5C, and we're using the DP's lenses, which is the Zeiss lenses. I don't remember what they are exactly. But yeah, I don't think I can show the rest of the time lapses, so I'm just gonna show this last portion here. This is the last part of the day, and it was very simple, very small setup. So while we're doing that, me and the grip were able to tear down everything and try to get out as quick as we can. The second gig is in Illinois. We are here to interview two people. I thought it was going to be a bunch of interviews, but it turned out to just be two people, and it's kind of an extension of a video that they made a while ago, and they just kind of want better information to be told within the video there. We are in one location the entire time. We're using the DP's cameras here, the Pocket 6K Pros. Our key light is actually the Aperture 60X, and he put his China ball on there to kind of spread the light a little more there. And then we have another light bouncing on the ceiling, that's the 600C, and we are basically just using the same lights over and over again because he only brings like 4 lights every time we go do something. We kind of have a backlight here. This is another Aperture 60X. Here's another backlight. This is the Amaran tube light. I don't know what it's called. I don't even know how to use this thing. Every time I touch it, I'm like, what? And we're also having bounce on the side there, just because it's kind of more of a corporate job, so we don't want like heavy contrast. I'm actually running sound in this one, finally. It honestly feels like a long time since I've ran sound for any gig, and it feels good to be in charge of just sound again. Of course, my kit has not changed since the last time we've seen it. My microphones are the same. I still don't own the CA08s. I wish I do. I should probably get them soon. My sound bag is still essentially the same. The only difference is I now have the Deity Theos wireless mics. So those are going to be what we're running main there. Here are the 2 transmitters there. I have them labeled, but those are technically incorrect, which I don't know what happened, but it doesn't matter. I just switched the inputs and it's fine. I'm running the Rode NT5 because there's going to be 2 people in this beginning portion. It's going to be a presentation, and then we'll do the interview. And with the cardioid pattern, I'm able to capture both their voices as compared to shotgun. We are running time code. I didn't bring a proper cable for one of them, but I was able to figure it out, so we ran time code just because we can, really. And I didn't really have to put a wrist strap on or stand or boom anything, so I just kind of, laid down my phone there, and I was able to label my files accordingly whenever we did a take. And I just sat there and just listened to the audio and made sure it sounded good. The day was raining and it kind of sucked, but then we don't really hear it. I don't know. It's hard to kind of tell if you can hear the rain or not. Most likely you technically can, but then you also can't. So it's a weird situation there. This beginning portion, this is the presentation, and we didn't have a teleprompter, so we laid out a laptop in front of them so they can kind of look at the overview of what they need to say. They make these presentations a lot, so it's not a huge deal if they like screwed up and we change it. We had some various different shots. We started off with, we tried to do the wide right away, but it was kind of proving some issues, so we kind of pushed in and just kind of singled out one person. And then we also ran a second camera just so we can have a close-up on the side. In the end, we actually did a wide shot as well. The interview portion was definitely a little more relaxed because they basically knew what they're saying already, because this was a project they did like a few years ago. They went to like a different country and they would take pictures, and they're kind of talking about the implications, not implications, but the collaboration with their company and whatever country they're doing. And yeah, we decided to go with two looks for each person. This one we're looking one direction here, and then the other person we're looking another direction, just to kind of keep things different. Like if interviews, if you keep it the same all the time, it's gonna be looking like the same thing all the time. Like, wait, is that a different person or no? So we changed it up a little bit, and this was pretty simple. It was probably 7 hour day, and we'll end it off with the pure leaf in the foreground there.